Happy Saturday, guys. Today's workout is double pyramid Helen. So we're doubling up the reps for Helen and we're going in a pyramid style, so we're coming back down from that pyramid. Starting off with a 1200 meter, 1000 meter row, or going on a 60 to 45 cal bike. Now, if you guys don't have a rower or a bike at home, I would recommend, and as prescribed, it's running. So I would go for a 1200 meter run. If that's available to you. And since we did burpees yesterday, and if running's not an option, we can also go for some skips as well. So I would say for that run or the row to kind of be equivalent to that, you want to go somewhere around 200 double unders, 250 double unders to start off with. And I would decrease by 50 double unders every round after that. You guys can use that as an option for your row or your bike if you don't, or if you're not going to go for your run, if that's not available for you. Kettlebell swings, 63 reps here. Seems like a lot, but I want you to think about breaking them up a little early and having short rests in between to keep you kind of going in this workout. 24 kilos is for the guys and 16 for ladies. If you don't have a kettlebell at home, again, remember, you can really use any object for kettlebell swings, like a paint can will always work as well if you can just hold them from the sides. Make sure you get something that will be something that's resembling that kettlebell swings in terms of the weight, so 24 kilos. If you can't get that weight, don't worry about it. As long as you're keeping that cardio and that endurance aspect of the workout, then you're getting the proper stimulus out. 36 pull-ups. If you don't have a pull-up rig, remember you can always attach that towel into your door frame and use that as a way to do your pull-ups, so you go into a horizontal position and you can do your pull-ups with the towel there. Or you can always go for those bent over rows as an option for your pull-ups. Then we're going to go into a row and the kettlebell swings and pull-ups again, but this time lower in reps. Then again at the end, we're going to have that shortest round with 400 meters or 200 meters on the rower or on the bike. And again, if you want to go for the run, you're going to go for that 400 meter run, 21 swings, and then 12 pull-ups. This workout, guys, is meant to start off nice and slow. I would say cap yourself for 12 minutes to finish that first part. The next part should be about 10 minutes. The last part should be about 8 minutes to give you 30 minutes total for this workout. And that was the time cap I gave for the class to be able to finish this workout and give them an indicator of when you should be finishing this. Other than that, guys, remember this workout is not meant to be more of a strength side. This is more of a workout to be all around on gymnastics, on weightlifting, and your endurance. So you should be continuously moving throughout this one, but it shouldn't be too easy with the movements, especially with the kettlebell swings. I would say you should be able to do all unbroken, maybe at least break it up once if you don't have that much equipment at home. And then with pull-ups, same idea, it should be challenging enough, I would say, at least break it up once if you don't have a pull-up rig or a towel pull-up setup for yourself. So this is a great workout, guys, to work on your endurance. Make sure, again, you write this one down. We will test something similar in the future, and you can always refer back to this one. After we finish that workout, we're going to go for 3 sets unbroken of a 30 to 60 second haul hold and then 20-20 single arm ground to overhead. So this is a nice little accessory piece to kind of get yourself moving, working on that hollow position, maintaining a good tight position when you're doing those single arm ground to overhead. One last announcement before we go into that warm-up video, guys. Thursdays and Sundays, we won't be posting outside the box videos. However, we'll be providing you extra programming if you would like. It's completely free. If you go to our WOD posts on our website, at the bottom section, you'll be able to sign up for extra programming. It's called the Yash Train. I'll be the one writing the programming there. If you're looking for extra stuff there's plenty of workouts. I write at least 5 to 6 days out of the week of programming, so you can choose anything from accessory work, from gymnastics, weightlifting, or even just a workout, and use that for your workout of the day. Or you can go back and look at the WODs you might have missed throughout the week and use those workouts for your Thursdays or your Sunday workouts there. So keep that in mind, guys. That link will always be below there for you to always sign up for that list. I will be sending out the weekly programming once a week. This week has already been sent out, and I'll be sending out the next week on the Monday. So expect to see it if you sign up for the extra programming next Monday for the whole week. And you'll see the whole week in advance so you can kind of plan out your week accordingly. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoy that workout in the afterburner. We'll see you next for the warm-up video.
Okay, for the warm-up, we're going to start off with such a great drill here. In your hollow position, doing 5 hip circles. Now, to get into your hollow position, you can start by lowering one vertebrae down on the ground at a time, starting with your lumbar, so your low back. So push your belly button to the floor, then laying down slowly and controlled until you get to mid-back or your shoulder blade area. From there, you can raise your heels. If that's too tough to get into it, another way to get into it is keep your heels up, tuck your chin, roll your chest towards your thighs to round your upper back. If that's hard, you can support yourself with your hand by grabbing your calves behind your knees or your thighs. When you find where your hands you want to keep them, from there you can challenge yourself a little bit further by lowering your heels. Okay? When you find that position that is contracting your core muscles and is challenging you, stay there. From there, you're going to add a hip circle. So you're going to go hip circle for 5, looking at how smooth and controlled that circle is. Okay, then you're going to switch sides. Maybe you want to challenge yourself a little more. You're going to do a nice small circle on both sides. Again, going for 5 on both sides. That's such a great movement because yes, you're activating your core. You gotta stay in control of it. You gotta breathe. But that hip circle starts helping you activate the front side as well. So your hip flexors, your psoas, which is it's a muscle that is underdeveloped or we're not aware of how to activate it. That's a great way. That muscle will help you lift up your thighs, avoid clean up your mechanics, whether you're running, guys, or avoid dropping your chest too much in a squat, or when you're jumping, let's say, onto a box, avoid landing with your chest forward too much, which will keep your stance and your stride or your landing positions a lot lighter on your feet. Okay, so such a great warm-up drill, guys, to do. You're doing, again, 5 on both sides. When you're done that, then single-legged, heels off the ground, single-legged glute bridges. So hip up, back down, hip up, back down. Try not to swing the leg up, just raise your hips, squeeze your bum, back down. Again, going for 15 on both sides. We're doing all that just once. Once you are done that, whether it be dumbbells, kettlebells, a barbell, PVC pipe, even bands, we're gonna go into the next part of your warm-up, which is 2 rounds. You're gonna go into your Pendlay Row. So I'm gonna use dumbbells here. Pendlay Row, you're hinging at the hips, so stick your bum back, soften the knees, try to keep your shins vertical, perpendicular to the floor. Drop your chest if you can, without rounding your back, and as low as you can. From there, you're gonna retract your shoulder blades, roll it up. If you're using a barbell, try to touch the plates. If you have finger plates, to the floor. If you're using dumbbells, depending on the size of the dumbbell, you might touch the ground. Mine are a little bit small, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna row, then I'm gonna extend my arms. I'm gonna row, extend my arms. As I'm doing that, I'm activating my hamstrings, I'm keeping my core tight. I'm focused on that shoulder blade movement, but my entire body has to stay under tension to keep my back flat. You're going for 15 of those. Once you're done the 15, then you're going into a sumo stance. Sumo stance, Romanian deadlift. So, widen your stance, hinge at your hips, soft knees, touch that object. Maybe it's the plate, maybe it's a dumbbell, to the floor, maybe it's a kettlebell, okay? If you're rowing it, or with bands, if you're doing it with the bands, you would have the band, same thing, don't touch the floor with your arms, okay? From the side, and wide stance, hinge at the hips, touch your object to the floor. As you come up, try to push the floor way to help you activate your rowing. You're doing that 10 for 10 repetitions, then you're repeating the rows one more time for 15, finishing off with the 10 deadlifts in that sumo stance again, guys. Have a great warm-up and enjoy your workout. So for your kettlebell swings, something new that I want to talk about here, guys, that sometimes we miss, we don't mention it enough, is your knee position. So I will see when the kettlebell is going down, things look awesome. As soon as you're about to shift your weight to go up, sometimes I'll see the knees shift. You may not even notice that. But when your knees shift, your weight is now transferring to mid-foot to the front of the foot. So now I got my lifters on, but you can still see that the weight is off my heels. So now I'm pushing and driving my hips through my quads. So knee position on the rebound is very critical. So when you go back up, don't let your knees scoot forward too quickly, okay? Keep your knees somewhat back to create tension in those hamstrings to get everything out of your hips, but coming from the hamstring opposed to your quad. This is such a common problem that is seen on Olympic lifts, whether it be the jerk, whether it be the clean or snatch. This is your time where you can fix that knee position, which is, for Olympic lift, is that second pull, when you're transitioning from the first to second pull. Now, if that's too complicated, or you're not sure what that means, ignore me, just focus on the knee position on your kettlebell swing spin. Start off with a bent over row. So in that bent over row, feet are hip width apart, knees are perpendicular, don't round your back, so flat back. If you're feeling tight, maybe you're up a little bit more, that's fine. If possible, drop down. From here, you're gonna row that bar, in my case, as close as you can to the body. So if I had a single object, I'm still thinking about nice and tight with my elbows, not to the body, but the back, to allow me to mimic that tight bar path that I can get with a PC pipe or bar.
All right, I'm here for the afterburner. 3 unbroken sets of 30 to 60 seconds of the hollow hold, and then 20 and 20 single arm ground to overhead. So good little superset here, guys. We're gonna go we're gonna start talking about those hollow holds first. So as mentioned, there's plenty of options you guys can use today instead of going for that full position or progressions that you can get up there. So I like to start off from that seated position, legs straight out. I'm going to think about first pulling in my rib cage so I can feel that my abs are getting tight. Then squeeze my legs together, and then keeping that tension, I'm going to rock back until I'm kind of just resting on that lower back, the top of my butt area. Once I'm there, that's my hollow position. So my rib cage is in, my feet are off the ground, in a nice kind of curved position here. From here, you guys can keep your arms by your sides. If you find it difficult with your legs straight, you can also bend your knees in, but make sure you're not losing that tension in your trunk, so pull that rib cage in. If you are comfortable legs straight, you can stay here and then start getting your hands overhead. Just make sure, guys, you're really trying to make kind of like a banana shape with your body and keep it even throughout. Make sure there's no bends in the knees or bends in that back. You want to keep it nice and smooth throughout. 30, 60 seconds, guys. Challenge yourself here. If you find that 60 seconds is challenging, today is the day to try to attack that weakness. So see if you can do all 3 sets unbroken. It's okay if you break, as long as you're trying to push towards that goal of trying to get it unbroken. 30, 60 seconds. Once you're done that, guys, we're going to go into that ground to overhead, 20 per side. So this is more of a breathing, and also I'd say for the grip, depending on what weight you use today, or even what object you use. So I'm going to use a dumbbell today. One thing that I would first think about, since it's a grip style movement, try to get that hook grip in. So for that hook grip, guys, if you have a dumbbell, this would be great to use for it. It might be a little bit harder with a kettlebell, so see what you can do. If you have another object that has the same diameter, you can try this. But hook grip, guys, helps you maintain control of that weight without it moving around too much in your hand. if it moves around, it's going to make that grip a lot harder. So see if you can combat that with your hook grip. So hook grip, guys, thumb is going to go kind of perpendicular to your body, or to your hand, I mean. And then you're going to wrap those 2 fingers over top of that thumb. If you have the mobility, you can go more. Usually it's 2 fingers or that 1 finger. This will help it from not rolling away from your hand and hold on to that kettlebell better, or that dumbbell better. So from here, guys, round overhead, you guys can snatch or you can do clean and jerk. I'm going to go over the clean and jerk variation. So start from the floor here, just up nice and tall. We're going to clean that weight up to that shoulder height. Elbows going to be up, hips are going to be back. From here, you can stand it up and then dip and drive that weight up. So notice I did a jerk there. You guys can do a push press as well as an option for that clean and jerk. So again, from the floor back and just up tall, you clean it up, set, dip, and jerk it up, or again, push press it up. You're gonna do 20 reps on one side, then you're gonna pass over to the opposite hand, do 20 on the opposite hand. See if you can challenge yourself. You see, snatches are easy for you, try clean and jerks. They'll be more broken up, but it will challenge more your grip since there's gonna be more stopping points of that weight. So see if you guys can try that as well today. 20 per side there, guys, and then again, remember, you want to keep it unbroken every single time. Enjoy the afterburner, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for the next workout.